Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Hello people, how are you today?
He's going to be joining me for watching as I do my TA and making sure that you guys are having fun in the chat group and looking for your questions and so that I can go ahead and answer them. And also, we're going to be talking about my doubles that I've made on the altcoins and how I made them, and basically we're going to be discussing that, and I'll probably do some requests of altcoins that you would like me to take a look at. Not too many today, but just a few, and then of course we're going to do some price TA on Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin might be off to the races sometime soon. All right. With that said, let's head over to... Oh, before we do that, Inti has a few words to say.
It's always worth to remind you people that this video is not a financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market.
All right, awesome. With that said, let's head over to my Twitter page, where I've tweeted out quite a few doubles, as you can see here on... Coinergy, like I put it on Coinergy, and I showed you that I sold here, right? So I've tripled my money from the buys that I've made all the way back here. And you can see that I've done a lot of these tweets. If you go to my Twitter page, and they've been coming in, they've been coming out quite often lately, as you can see. And here's a double right here, sold half here as well. And another one right here. And a lot of people on Twitter asks, how did you do that? Well, as you can see on this one, I didn't exactly get the bottom here, right? But I got close to it, and that's all that matters, right? And this is not a trade. These are not trades because Inti, if I continue to sell half on the double forever, when am I going to be out of coins to sell?
Technically, never.
That's true. There's no technically. It's absolutely true. Never.
Yeah, technically because you get to a point where the exchange doesn't allow you to.
No, because
the quantities are too low.
But no, it doesn't matter because if it's higher and higher, I'm always going to be invested in this coin. And I'm always going to, let's just say the price continues, just goes up higher and higher and higher forever, right?
Yes.
They'll just, add decimal places, right?
That's true.
So
basically, you're going to be in your position forever.
Exactly. And so I will be cashing out forever, right? And so this is an investment method, right, of how you invest in the coins. And the reason why this works so well and does extremely well is the simple fact that you have a position to sell point to sell your coins every single time. And that's the main thing that people fail at when they do any kind of investing. They just don't sell. And you can see that here. Let's just go to one of my tweets here, and you can see here's this one person, right? I'm still holding and stacking all my ERD main launch coming up, right? And he just thinks that this thing will go up forever, and that's not the case. In fact, this point that he's waiting for is the point where this ERD market will drop like a stone. Why is that? Well, because the market, buys on rumor and sells on facts. And so this is going to end badly for this person and anyone else who doesn't understand how the market works. And so, you have to have a plan to sell as much as you have a plan to buy. And we can show you how to buy, right? I have free videos, and if you join don't watch that buy down stuff. I was just taking a look at this. Ignore buy down, please. That was a mistake. But if you head over to DaVinciCodes.net. Oh my God, I can't believe I had that up there. But anyways, please do not go to that website. Do not invest. And if you go to more, and you click on free videos, this will take you to a set of free videos. You'll have to sign up, of course, and that's it. They're absolutely free, and we'll notify you when I move to another platform as well. And this will show you how I did that with the little old lady strategy, right? And it assumes that you have no knowledge. So these are very lengthy videos, about 2 hours each, maybe even more, and they explain how to do this, right? This method without any training whatsoever, assuming that you don't even know what a candlestick is, which I highly doubt any of you guys don't know what the candlestick chart is. But yeah. Anyways, I have this trade here that this was for my group. Turns out that we were in profit. I felt that I made a mistake because I was supposed to make this thing go lower. So I told people to sell everything at this point because I made a mistake. And it turns out that it actually would have worked out well anyways, because we're heading in the right direction, but who knows? My mistake was that I had it the sell order a little bit higher, about 360, and it wasn't supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a lot lower, and yeah, whatever. That's the way it goes, right? Sometimes you make small errors. Going forward, there's a lot of W's here, right? Unfortunately, this also looks like a bull trap, right? It's if you're a bull flag, right? So a bear flag, sorry. So if you take a look at the trend channel, right, you can see here there's a little bit of a trend channel here, right, where this thing is moving upwards, and generally that's a bull trap in a trending environment, right? Let's see here, right there. So it's a little bit scary at this point in time. It's not really trending down because you can see that this is not trending down. We don't have like a longer trend down. So, but still, right? What sometimes tends to happen with these things is that, yes, it looks really bullish, and then it just dumps just to wipe out the longs here. So be careful on this trade. If you think you want to take the long here, I would not suggest it now. When Bitcoin does break out, these kind of patterns where it looks a little kind of scary that, hey, this thing is too high, right? It's oversold, no way it's going higher, generally tends to just keep going and forever, and just you're like, what? Because it doesn't want to let anybody in, right? It doesn't want to let traders in. So yeah, so at any point in time, we're going to see a list of patterns that seem like it's bearish, but ends up being super bullish and keep going higher and higher and higher. So this might not be it, but I'm looking for one of those things to happen, and then where it doesn't let anybody get in and it just keeps going higher. We're still bullish overall, even though we're below this trend line. Excuse me. And I'm wondering, are we gonna break through this trend line, because we keep touching it, and it's still, it's not a good sign to do this, right? To be on this other side of this trend line, it's just not a good sign. But overall, right, we're still 60% bullish, so long as we don't break this line down here, which is at the $8,630. Now the trend line here, which right now, if we were to approach it in the next hour or so, that's at $9,500. So we have to break above that and stay above that to really say we're going higher, to really say for sure. So if you're willing to trade breakout trades, yeah, this is where I think. But it's really difficult because look, we've broken out and dump, broken out, dump, right? A lot of like coming up to it and dump, coming up to it and dump. I mean, how much pain are you gonna willing to wait? Up to here and then dump. So you're gonna need a significant breakout, something above this purple line, which is at the 9,700 level. So is where you need to see this market go to before we can say, yeah, haha, I got you. You're going higher. And then, yeah, you might come back and test this line before it actually goes. But yeah, that's where that's what you're looking for any kind of trade on this thing to go higher for sure. Well, not for sure, but at least a better percentage chance than 60%. So with that said, let's take a look at these coins again, right? And should you guys be buying LRC here? I don't know if you can see this Inti, but LRC's got this massive wick higher on today's candle. It's gone lunar. And do you think that should be a good place to buy for anybody?
No.
Why not?
Because it's going to be very long before you get a double, and even longer for you to get profit.
Exactly. And the top of that, right? This is like, you won't want to be part of the FOMO crowd because this will always come back down, right? And sure, you might be able to get a double eventually, if you bought here, eventually, maybe next year. But do you really want to waste? Do you want to waste that time waiting, sitting on those coins, right, for that long to get your double? No. So you should be waiting for this to come back down here. Now, a lot of you who are newbies here go, well, what if it goes higher? What if it keeps going higher and never stops?
It will stop, believe me. Believe me.
Yeah.
Sooner than you expect. That's the worst part.
Yeah. And so all these coins here, right? All of them here, like especially this one, like all these parabolic coins, you can expect them to come all the way back down here eventually, right? Whether it does that this year or after the bull market is irrelevant. It will be coming back all the way back down here. So as long as their fundamentals, are strong, they will do another projectile moon shot as well. Now, as for whether or not where you'd want to nibble on this, when it does come down, you can obviously do the 61.8 because there is a chance that there's higher probability that it bounces and continues higher from the 61.8 then it would crash all the way down in the next 6 months, the next 18 months from now to 2 years from now. But there will be a lot of coins that do come all the way back to the 88.6 at the very least. And so you don't want to be a buyer at these high nosebleed sections, right? You want to be a nibbler right here. You want to just get a little bit and get a little bit more at the 78.6 and a little bit more at a whole lot more below the 88.6. That's where you want to be. And I'd show you how to do all that, how to be patient. And it's really difficult because everybody wants satisfaction right away. And you don't get it. Because look where I bought it. I bought this coin. Look where I bought it. I bought it in January of 2020, right? The end of January. And I had to wait for my first double, in March. Right? Over a month. And you're like, that's not a long time ago. But for most of you guys, you guys feel like, no, where's it now? I want to go now. And look at that. I also bought some here way back in December as well. And as it went down, right, kept buying some more, right? And so that's the kind of thing you need to do in order to profit hugely in the future. You got to be buying when everybody's crying and selling when they're yelling.
Thanks, Brian.
That's what Brian Beamish saying. So I stole it from my professor. So if you're interested in learning everything that I know, right, and more, and a whole lot more, right, you can head over to the Rational Investor and get $50 off the courses there, and be able to do everything that I can do right now, because I learned how, right? Nobody's born with knowledge. People acquire knowledge over time, and you have to do it by educating yourself. And here you get a regiment, good people to help you along with a positive mental attitude that always moves you forward. So that's always a good thing to have in your back pocket. So check out therationalinvestor.com by typing in Davinci. I can't spell my name because my hands are like in the way. My mic's in the way. J15.com, right? And it'll take you straight there. All right. With that said, let's head to the question and answer period. Oh, before we do that, actually, before we do that, let me talk about the sale at Davinci Codes .net. And what's wrong with do I not know how I'm like dyslexic today. Okay, net. There we go. Now why am I not seeing our posts here? Okay, there we go. What happened to our I think yeah, that's right. We changed it. I forgot. We switched it to Pandora's Wallet _ and yeah, well, I can't believe we could do that. You could change your name, your handle on your Twitter page. Okay, so yeah, so we still have the 70% off, right? It's going until a couple days from now, and I'll have somebody update that. So the last day for this 70% off on all the different price structures of Pandora's Wallet. So if you head over to www.pandoraswallet.com, right, you'll be able to subscribe to Pandora's Wallet and also be part of the Telegram group, right, for 70% off up until Wednesday of this week. Once you subscribe, there's a video available in the link, and I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here, because that video shows you exactly how to let's see here, how to get into the Telegram group and get our bot going so that you can actually get into the Telegram group without any problems. Now, I wonder where did I put it? Darn. Yeah, I lost the video. I can't find the video. But anyways, the video is there. You can check it out. Yeah, that's right. I put it right here under Chris's Crypto's chat group. Let's see if we have a copy here. There it is. There it is. Copy link. And so yeah, I'm gonna paste this video into into the chat group so that you guys can see. There we go. Paste. So that you guys could check that video out later on and see how to automatically get into the Telegram group, right, without any problems. All right, let's head to the questions and answers.
Okay, so the first one is from our friend Super Google Lee, always there. And this was a super chat, of course. Thank you very much, sir, for your donation. He asked, I always got stopped out when I bought breakups using the previous resistance as support. How do I set stop loss when you buy breakout?
Well, that's a very good question. This is something you learn in the school, and I'm going to show you guys, anyways, how to do that. One of the things you do on a breakout, right? Let's just take a look at some of these coins, right? Because they all have breakout points, right? So what do you do in these breakout points? So how do you tell this thing's going to break out? Generally, you're looking for W's, right? And there's a clean W here, so I'm not going to use this one. There's a clean W here at all. Nothing. Wow, I expected something better. So that just means that these coins are going to come back to where they started. If there's no clean W, and yeah, again, there's no clean W here. Where this just shows you that for sure they're coming back. So here's a clean W, right? Here's a clean one, right? And so right here, I'm going to zoom in on it. And there's another one right there. So this has a better chance of not coming back to its original bottom because it created proper market structure several times. That's always a good sign for a coin that's not manipulated and not a big scam. So you can see a big W here, right? And where you put, so on the breakout is clearly right here, right? And you can see you could have bought this coin on the breakout somewhere here, and then you would have suffered a little bit on the next day, right? And so the stop loss, right, effectively is, right, if you were to take this, is effectively the lowest point here. Not here, that's a knob stop, but right here, the lowest point. And so that's where you would hit your stop loss. Now, there is a large percentage, generally on these larger breakouts, it's a large percentage to risk. And all you have to do is decide, okay, well, I don't want to risk a large percentage of my overall portfolio, right? I don't want to, let's just say I have $100,000. I don't want to be down 116%. That's like $16,000. So obviously, if you would decide, well, how much do I want to be down if this is wrong? Right? So you'd say, okay, well, I only want to be down a maximum of $2,000. Well, then you'd bet accordingly so that you would only lose $2,000 should this thing go against you, right? And so, and then the maximum you'd win, of course, is $4,000, and this is on your bet. So that's how you would you'd structure it, right? Assuming this would be a leveraged trade, of course, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there you go, and that's how you would deal with stop losses and making sure that you do not get stopped out on breakouts. All right, but keep in mind, Darth Mauls are always a danger and always ever present. Well, Darth Maul is where the cat that goes up and then comes back down and comes back to the middle and just wipes out the longs and the shorts.
You already know this, guys, but it's good to remind you that all what you see is what Davinci will do, not necessarily what you should do.
Exactly, and you guys can always make your own decisions. All right, well, I noticed that there's like 528 people and not a lot likes, man. I'm not feeling love, right? If you guys want some more questions, right, you better smash that like button. I gotta see that like button go up after this question, or else it'll be the last one, and I'm gonna head back to work. So next question, Inti.
Next question. You wanted some love? Well, Anon has some love for you. This is a super chat from him. Thank you very much, sir. And he asks, "Hi Davinci, can you please do TA on Ampleford? The ticket is AMPL. Also, Use Holding gets daily rebases."
AMPL, and what is this coin exactly about? Can you send somebody write in the chat group what it's exactly about so that I can know for myself and for everybody else as well, because I'm just don't know what this is. All right, so let's take a look at it on Qcoin, I guess it is. Yeah, Qcoin. And there's not many. It's not on many exchanges. Bitfinex, if there was ever a time if there's ever an exchange that you want to exit from, this would be one of them. You want to exit from this exchange right now. Right now. And I might be early to the game on that statement, but you want to be as far away from this exchange as possible as you can, because I do not trust them, and I think that they will explode come one day.
Oh.
And I maybe even all the exchanges might do so. So
Okay, so this AMPL, it seems like it adjusts the supply based on daily market conditions. Basically, adjusts the supply based on the demand automatically. That's what it does.
So it's a self-manipulating coin.
So it's a new kind of stable coin or something?
It's a new kind of self-manipulating coin, basically, in order to try to give itself a pump of mentals. That's what it's trying to do. And it seems to be working kind of, right? I mean, it didn't break this after this bottom here, right, was introduced. It didn't break this bottom, but there's little tiny W's here and there. Again, it just retraced on that after this breakout W here, and then we are off to the races. We've already hit the 61.8, so you might not be able to get back in on this if you did get in on this at the bottom here and you sold half. Got to cut quite a few doubles on this thing. Congratulations. I would suggest that you could buy some back in at the 61.8, but it might be too late to do so, because this was effectively right here. You can see the W, a breakout level right up here. This broke out from here, and you can see where it came back, retested the breakout level, and we might be saying goodbye. Not a clean W at all the best W I've ever seen, so it might come back and look at the 88.6, and so a stink bid if you're like cheapskate, right, and you want some of this coin for a future pump, especially in the next couple of years, right? Because all these coins, if you buy the 61.8 and it continues down, that's okay. You're just nibbling away, right, all the way down. So I can't believe that this 88.6, which lines up with this smaller W breakout, does not hold any significance from this dump. So I really think that this 88.6 will be retested. It might take a while. It might M out here first, might go up higher, come back down before it actually happens. But I think that it will. It's definitely in the cards. The people who bought it at 61.8 probably going to get a double. I wouldn't be surprised from that. Just to psych out just to bring in the sucker in the last bit of buyers and then dump on them. So we've already retested this bottom, this breakout, because there's a bigger W. If you take a look at this level here, there's a bigger W, right? And there you go. Wow, 224.
Yeah,
likes.
You asked for love, you got it.
I got it. Wow. Alrighty then. Okay.
Thank you, people. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, let's just do another coin then.
Yeah.
Or another answer a couple more questions.
Yeah, you got a couple super chats. I told you. Okay. This is a super chat from Mr. Fab Corp. Thank you very much, sir. And he asked, Davinci, can you take a look to ZRX? Looks like it's going to break out. What will be the target?
Okay, so ZRX.
Yes.
ZRX. I wonder, is Z or Z? But that's
I call it Z. That's what they teach me in school.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Z because I like Z, like Turbo Z.
Z.
But in Canada, I think it was we were taught Z, right? But I like Z. Alrighty, so ZRX. Let's take a look at what that is doing and see.
Actually, this was also a question from D MacD, so you got it.
D-Mac?
Yes, he also asked for the same coin.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, looks like I got paid on this thing, and I wanted to get some more,
Really?
right?
If you do, maybe I did too.
And I wanted to get some more, but they just weren't letting me. So they just basically took off. Now, it doesn't mean that this is going to actually fly, because this could still come back to the 61.8 very easily. I mean, well, it came back to 61.8. But I was looking for some of the 78.6.
I think you cannot. I think the chart is not.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So yeah, as you can see, I got a double here quite some time ago. Got paid on this coin. I should have looked to nibble at the 61.8, but I was being greedy, and I said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to come back down to the 78.6 and hold my line there. So you win some, you lose some. Right? Doesn't look like it might be coming back. It looks like it wants to roll higher. But this move here, however, was not higher than this top here. So this could turn into a potential M pattern and bring us all the way back to the beginning, which was back to the 88.6 level in here. Don't be surprised if that happens, people, because that's normal for altcoins. Very normal. Looking at the overall potential of this thing, we can see that this thing could moon very high, take off very high. There will be resistance points, of course, as people try to. People who are in this thing have lots of heavy bags, sell their bags as it goes back up. But it has some serious moon boy potential if you're interested. But I would suggest you hold off and buy maybe lower down here, because this might not moon this round, right? It might moon the next round. All right, next question.
Next question. So people in the chat were saying that Mr. Blueprint has a really good question. And Mr. Blueprint asked, hey Davinci, can you talk on the implosion of Tether and Bitfinex issues with the feds?
Implosion of Tether?
Yes, sorry.
And the Bitfinex issues with, so from what I've heard, right, is that the government is like the judge has said that they have to provide a lot of information that to prove that they're not printing Tether out of nothing, and they say they can't because other exchanges.
Yeah, you cannot do the same as we do. That's our business. Exactly. Government. Yeah, the government has a motto: don't steal. Because we hate competition. I'm going to steal you that one.
So, they're trying to figure out if they're trying to compete with the government, right? By printing money, right? And stealing money from people, right? And most likely they are, right? Because, they definitely lost $850 million. Of money back a while ago, and they covered it up by borrowing against another set of assets to cover it up. So what they did was they lost it, didn't lose it on Tether, they lost it on their exchange, right? Their exchange didn't have the money to cover the losses that they incurred on a bank that they were using. So what they did is they borrowed the money from Tether to cover the losses on the at the exchange. And then they just put an IOU note to back up your Tether. Now, technically, there's nothing wrong with that if you accept those terms. So if they sent out a terms and conditions agreement, which I'm sure they had, saying, hey, we're going to actually back this thing up with bonds and stuff like that. And then you said, yeah, that's cool. Then yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But probably it went out and you didn't quite understand what that meant, right? When they said bonds and stuff like that, meaning their bonds, right? And so you could say, well, wait a minute. That sounds awfully like the government when it comes to Social Security. Because the Social Security funds, whenever you pay into a Social Security, right, the government takes that money and puts an IOU into the treasury, right, instead of like saving it, right? Yeah, that's what they do, and that is awfully similar to that, and so I don't accept that their backing with their bonds is good enough for me for collateral for Tether, and I don't know if the government has a case unless they printed money to buy up other assets. Then that's a problem. If somebody requested the asset, right, that's not a problem. There's a difference because you know what you could say, right, because they could argue this, right. And I wouldn't be surprised if they tried it. They printed up the Tether, they went to an exchange, and they sold it on the exchange, right? And got the Bitcoins, right? And technically, they did sell the Tether to you, right? Technically. So it's on thin ice, very thin, right? And I don't know if they'll get it. The government's going to let them get away with that, because then what you could do, right, is go print up the Tether, and then say, "Well, I'm going to buy your house with it," and technically, they sold them the Tether. They sold you Tether, right? And that's backed up by your house, right? And now that they changed the agreement, right, it's to include also Bitcoin as well. They're not doing anything wrong. But the government might not see it that way. You understand? Right? Kind of like, I don't think so. So yeah, they're in a lot of hot water. I really think that's just effectively printing the money, because once you decided, okay, well, I'm not going to take dollars directly to back up the Tether anymore, right? Then you're actually, I think that immediately means that you're counterfeiting. If you're not taking the dollars to back up the Tether, immediately, no matter how you look at it, immediately you become counterfeiter. Because what is a dollar, right? It's the ability to transfer it to somebody else to get something else. And effectively, a digital dollar is the same thing. And so when a bank creates a dollar so that you can go and buy so they can go and buy something, well, that's effectively counterfeiting, right? So they don't allow the banks to directly create the dollar so that they can go and buy something. Somebody has to go into debt before they can, and that person has to go in and buy something. That's the only way. And they're not doing that with the same electronic dollar. So that's my 2 cents on that. All right, next question.
Okay, so we got a donation from Mr. Murat Yasil.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. I think he forgot to post the question, but he posted now here. Hello, Davinci. What do you think about DDEX Futures project?
DDEX Futures project.
DDEX.
Well, futures projects is always a good thing to have. The more futures applications that are out there, the better it is, because I don't want the New York futures and to be the only place to have. Well, it's not really, probably not futures. It's probably a forwards contract, but you know, it's the difference is very thin, if you ask me. so yeah, I don't know much about Dudex's forwards or futures contract. It's probably just another perpetual swaps or something like that. That's the same thing, allowing you to gamble on the price of Bitcoin. So it's great that you can yet another place that you can gamble your money at. Right, you can join the casino and gamble. And so I would take it easy on that. I would, for the most of the public here, you should not do that, but you're going to do it anyways. Yeah. Next question.
Next question. So this one is from Neto Almanza. This is a super chat again. And he says, "Hey Davinci, we have the same headphones. I'm investing for long term, and I would like to know when this altcoin Bitcoin bull run will end."
Oh well, if we had, if every single technical analysis person could tell you that question, or even one person, just one, can actually tell you that question with absolute certainty, there would be they wouldn't need to do anything with the rest of their lives, right? Because they can make unlimited amounts of money, and they'd be able to control a lot of things. So since that's not possible to know for sure, I can give you where I think it's going to happen, and most likely I'm going to be wrong, but I don't think so. But hey, it's just my opinion, and opinions are a dime a dozen, and so I really think that we will see the top of the Bitcoin market when we have an ETF. So if once we see that an ETF is going to be registered and delivered, and then that means the retirement funds can get into this, that will be the end, because they're going to wipe out grandma and grandpa, right? Because because the problem is, because the people who the final sellers are not going to be you and me. It's going to be somebody else with a lot more deeper pockets, right? Because the price has got to be like astronomical. They're going to be so astronomical, the average person is just not going to be able to push the price. So who's going to be the bag holder? It's got to be retirement funds, right? In the next little while. So yeah, there's going to have to be a bag holder, and that's who they're going to be. It's sad. That's just the way the markets are. People are greedy. People want yield, and they will push to do so. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, those retirement funds will not get suckered in, but don't expect it. All right. So with that said, okay. So what I want to mention, I want to shill a little bit. If you do want to gamble in these markets, right, you can check out the link in the description below. I have Femex, right, that you can go to, and you will get some bonuses if you sign up on Femex for their casino. Just keep that in mind. Basically that, right? It's a casino. If you don't know how to play at this casino, you're going to a casino. Get out. And you're going to lose. Okay, just keep that in mind. And also Bybit, right? If you just go to bybit.davincej15.com, you will also get bonuses there as well. But remember, right? This is definitely a dangerous place to be. And if you decide to be there, right, that's all on you if you don't take proper training and manage your risk and so forth, and learn how to do all that by learning how to trade. Okay.
The rational investor. Oh.
Next question.
So this one is from Powell's 1978, and he asked, "Please take a look at Anchor, ANKR. I think the next target is 1 cent." Sorry, I got like stuttered there.
That's no problem. Don't worry about it. All right, so let's take a look at that. Anchor.
That was a super chat, by the way. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for that super chat. Anchor. Oops. And so, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, did I just get paid on that? Yeah, I must have just got paid on that coin, because I didn't get a notification, and I don't know why. But let's see here. I must have just got paid on this thing. So, anyways, so yeah, I'm interested in getting some more way down here, but don't think that's going to happen. Let's see here. I think we are headed. I think the best you could do if you want to get in on this, because this thing already like pretty much W'd out, right? It's just bottomed out, and this was definitely a breakout level here. That says, hey, you know what? I want to go higher. The odds of us coming back to 61.8 has diminished. It's still possible. It's just not highly probable. We have a W here, right? So maybe we should move this up here to really say the 61.8 is right about here. So, and then there's the 78.6, which is also possible because that was a breakout level. So yeah, and it lines up pretty nicely. So there's still a possibility that you can get some of this thing cheap, but I think it's already left the train station, and I don't think it's coming back. I've already got 2 doubles off of this. Look at that. So here and there. So, yeah, I mean the double. Oops. The W, right, is just right here. You can see there's a bigger W here. It's not the cleanest, right, W, right, that I've ever seen, but it still counts. If we go to a weekly, you can see it a little bit better, right, from here to here, and then back up again, and then off we go. So yeah, I have a hard time seeing this thing coming back right now. For right now, I mean, it will eventually come back, but I think we got more to go before it actually comes back. So that will be that for Anchor. Alrighty.
Okay. So next one is from Brandon Jackson, also a super chat. Thank you very much, sir. And he asked for Holo TA. I think Holo was hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Did you
take
it?
It is hot. It's very hot. All right, so if we guys want to do one more TA, I want to see some more likes. I want to get us over 300 likes. Right.
You got a lot of super chats to go, man. I tell you.
Hit those likes if you want to see more. All right, so hot coin. Well, you know what? We can't get to all of them unless we.
Yes. If you wonder, people, I never delete any super chat until it's answered. So if Davinci doesn't have time to perform it all, they are going to be performed in the next video. That's probably tomorrow.
Yeah. So with that said, okay, let's take a look at hot. So hot is hot to try.
Makes sense, right?
All right. So I would definitely be FOMO buying in here, right? Even though FOMO buying is not a good idea generally, there's not much room to like say, okay, well, I'm going to be cheapskate and buy back down here where it's like 4 or 5 sats, right? To have it like, give me an entry point. Yeah, no. With the altcoins taking off, it's hard to say that this will come back to at least the 5 sats. Should, but no guarantees from the management. So somewhere in here, some 5 sats to 6 sats or 6 sats is where you want to be at, right? Because I really think, even though this coin is not a good coin for humanity and for the future of mankind, because it's controlled by corporations that do not have your best interest involved, and they never will. They basically created this and they designed it, modeled it right after the Fed. So I would not trust this at all. But most people will anyways, and so you might as well, ride the train, right? Well, when the majority decides to say, "Hey, there you go, I got paid right there." The majority says, "Hey, look, I'm gonna buy this thing, and because I really think that IBM and all those guys are, wow, you guys are really at it." I'm gonna buy this thing because IBM and those guys, they're gonna like take this thing to the moon and really push this thing. So and people will buy into it. So you might as well ride their coattails as well, because this thing is low enough to do so. You're not buying up here. So yeah, you might as well, because that's it's gonna break this level, and that's from here. That's like 10x. So this is a no-brainer, right? Well, maybe not from here, 9 is 10x, but 5x at least. But so there you go. Yeah. So you got a decent juicy winner here over the long run.
So cheap, man.
Over the long run, basically. So you're gonna have to wait you might have to wait a little while, at least. If it doesn't take off this time, you might have to wait a little bit, but it will eventually fly. All right.
Okay, you asked for love and you got it again. Now you have 316 likes. Thank you, people.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next question.
Next question. This is from Isdria Moody. And he or she asked, what do you think about Stellar Lumens? Again, it was a super chat. Thank you very much, Mr. or Miss.
Stellar Lumens. Well, Stella is what is that? Stella is Luna? Is it Luna? Is this ticker symbol for Stella Lunans? I'm not 100% sure. It's LUN or something like that, or it's X something. I can't remember.
I'm looking for it on CoinMarketCap.
Okay, so yeah, Stella Lunans, isn't that coin? I know I have some. I just forgot what they do. I could have swore it was like another like Ethereum killer or something like that, where you can build on that or something like that. You can build different coins on that. But it's still around. XLM.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I looking for the name, Stellar Lumens, and
some sort of
couldn't
X.
find it. Yes, thank you, Michael B.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
XLM.
So as you can see, I've already been nibbling on this thing for quite some time. I got some nibbles down here, and I'm looking to unload it up here. So this is a kind of a late buying opportunity. If you guys buy at this level, you're only going to probably push this thing right into my sell zone. So I don't know if I can like endorse that. So yeah. The best I can say is that you can see the W here. You can see another. This is not really quite a W, so you'd have to count this one and draw your fibs from that. That clear, delete, define W, and hope and pray that this thing like dumps back down to the 61.8. Unlikely, because the W. You could say that the body is a breakout, but really it's the top of the candle here is a breakout. Failed a couple times, but before it actually finally did it, and here we are. We've broken, not only when it did break, we've broken all kinds of key levels. So the best I can do for you guys, if you're interested in like getting in on this anyways, is I would suggest you do the 38.2. That's 890. Set your bids, your buy orders at the 896 sat level, somewhere in this level here, but just do a small amount, tiny amount. You don't want to be, you don't want to watch this thing go down further, and you shot your whole load on this at that level. You want to be able to have some dry powder so that you can actually pick up some more on the cheap should it come back down. So yeah, keep an eye on it. Pick up at the 900 level, 900 sat level. Maybe get some more at the 750 sat level, and see if we can get some even cheaper than that. Unlikely, but yeah, you never know, right? You never know, because there's somebody could rage quit this thing and dump this thing all the way down. So if you have some open orders, if you have some limit orders down here, you could probably get some on the cheap. Alrighty, let's do one more and then we'll call it a day.
One more, and this is from Jay. And Jay asks, this is a super chat again. Thank you very much, sir, for your donation. And Jay asks, I finished learning the little lady method. I'm having a hard time to know when to get in my trade with the 200 moving average.
Okay, one of the methods I mentioned, right, is the 200-day moving average is a very good way to help you determine if the market is at a decent level for you to start buying. When it's been below the 200-day moving average for quite some time. You can see it's brown on this level here, and then you can see that we've broken down, and then we started going. We were going low, and we started breaking out, and I decided, you know what, I'll get some at the breakout of the 200-day moving average. Didn't turn into anything, so I decided to be a buyer again after it broke down. The 200-day moving average, after a large movement down, you can see you could have waited for quite some time after we broke the 200-day on the stellar lumens before you were interested in buying it. So yeah, oops. Oh no, I'm not showing you my screen. Sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah. So here, as you can see, right. The 200-day on stellar lumens is just like not it. It did not even come close to the 200-day. It came close here, but then it failed. And then once it started breaking up, okay, now I'm interested. And that's okay if it doesn't break out right away, right? I'm interested, and now you can see, now that it's broken, stayed above the 200-day moving average, that this is a decent move and serious move that it's going to make. And so you've got to take this thing seriously and ensure that, hey, you know what, this thing's gonna moon eventually and turn around and make and have the 200-day as a bottom, as a as a support level all the way up to somewhere in the sky. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the super chats. Wow, there's like quite a few of them. Appreciate everybody doing the super chats and showing me their coins and stuff like that, and what they were interested. And yeah, I'm sure I didn't get to everybody, but we will get to you guys on the next video. So I don't know if we're going to do one tomorrow because I'm having a little problems with our server side. I need to figure out what's going on there, and I'm struggling a little bit to figure it out. So if I get stuck on it for a few days, I might not do a video. So until it does get resolved. So yeah, that's just about it. But I hope to see you guys maybe tomorrow, though, if I do get it resolved. So thank you for watching, and yeah, check out the videos that are popping up right here, and have a good one.
Bye for now.
Bye now.